Spring break is in, and that means classes are out. And the same thing with football right now as Alabama readies for their spring game or their spring practice or whatever. We're going to be there, the 8A experience at Bryant-Denny Stadium coming up on April the 12th. The best stadium, by the way, as far as USA Today is concerned. But look, a couple things I want to get into, some recruiting, a big 4-star edge that is scheduled multiple visits to Tuscaloosa. We talked about how important having those outside linebackers are, what they bring to the pass rush. And this guy's a super player from a small school that's getting offers from everywhere. And he's grown up an Alabama fan. We're going to talk about that. Scott Cochran. Yeah. He's just bringing up all the old Alabama players to join his staff. 2 more guys that you're going to recognize are part of the crew there, and some Alabama alumni in the NFL getting some paydays. We'll get into that as well. Right here on the Bama Tailgate YouTube channel. Thank you guys for hanging out. The swag, get in that comment section, share, like the video, and we're giving out swag bags for you guys. You got to be all those things. Let's get this thing started. Great to see you guys, and can you believe it? We got basketball tonight. Nate Oats and the gang are in action tonight, so we'll even talk some basketball on the show. We do it all here. What do you say, everybody? Mick Gillespie, Bama Tailgate Show. Great to see you guys today and appreciate it. We're brought to you by Pearl River Resort. All right, let's go right into it because the future is the most important thing that we worry about in football this time of year, the recruiting aspect, right? And Jaquez Wilkes, a 4-star, has set multiple visits to Tuscaloosa. You're talking about a guy who Alabama would love to get. From Wadley, Alabama. That is that's north of Auburn, right? But this is a 2026 prospect, a junior, 4-star, rising guy, offers from everywhere, like obviously Auburn wants him, Georgia, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Miami, right? And he's one of the top 10 players in the state. And he is a super athlete. You watch his highlights, and not only is he great on defense, but he's actually great on offense too. He's an athlete that can run the football. But what I love about this guy is that he grew up an Alabama fan. I like it because I grew up being an Alabama fan. My family has too. You know, not only him, but his family, Alabama fans, big dude, 6'4", 220. And, Wadley won the 1A state championship. I mean, that's not it's going to be a big jump when he goes from there to college, but he's got the size and the speed, and they won that championship. And how about his game? I mean, you talk about being a man amongst boys. How about running for 312 yards, 5 touchdowns on 38 carries? That's like Derrick Henry stuff. So let's get him. Put him at edge. Put him at running back, whatever he wants to do. But Bama's got to win these in-state battles. This is another one of those, and we talked about these before. Alabama, Auburn, in the state. We didn't do too well last year. We can do better. And I feel like the coaching staff has, gotten out there and that they've put a lot of emphasis on the in-state guys, and they need to. Now, one of the things that is concerning to me, though, is the Bama doesn't have a whole lot of guys signed right now. And I don't know how concerned I should be because you just, it's we've seen with Coach Saban, there were years where they didn't have, the guys signed early. You would kind of wait around and then you're like, hey, the class would kind of build as things went. But this year, and I want to pull up an On3 graphic here from the great people I used to work with and still respect their work so much, right? But this is a graphic that they put out, and I kind of want to put this up here because I don't know, and you guys tell me in the comment section, should I be worried about this? Because this is the blue chippers for schools right now that are committed. And USC's got 9 guys already. Texas A&M has 8. We're not in anywhere close to this. Oregon was 7. Clemson was 6. 5 Auburn and LSU and Penn State, Notre Dame. Should we be worried? I mean, is there a point where we should be concerned here that that we're not in this mix right now? And great job on 3. I know they're going to want their credit, and they deserve it. That's a great graphic, and that's honestly a great stat. How many blue chip guys does the competition have? We don't even have. USC's got 9 blue chippers. That's 4 or 5 stars. We only have 3 commitments. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done with this recruiting class for Alabama to kind of be where we kind of hope they're going to be when it's all said and done. And so when I saw that, the first thing I thought was, I'm going to ask you guys, because I get a little worried. Okay. I'm going to be honest with you. I worry about it. I've watched recruiting back when signing day was like, it was a day off. Like I wouldn't go to work on signing day. I'd watch all day long, look for shows like this, because they didn't have them back then, where we would just sit there and watch together, and you just wait and wait and wait. No, here comes a fax. And then, I don't know. But I do trust Kalen DeBoer and his staff. And I know some of you guys, Judy, love you, brother. You know what, though? I'm always going to talk about Coach Saban, because I heard about this guy named Bear Bryant the entire time I was at Alabama. And it was, that's what you do when you win a lot. People compare you. But doesn't mean I don't believe in Kalen DeBoer. I really do. And I think that the recruiting thing has been something he's done an excellent job in. The only criticism that I have is you got to pound the guys around the perimeter. And I think they're trying to do that. And then this guy from Wadley, Jaquez Wilkes, would be a guy who Alabama would love to get, and a 4-star, and a little bit of a risk coming from a small school. But Alabama's had, and you guys are going to tell me in the comment section, because you guys will nail them all. But Bama's had guys that come out of 1-star, 1A programs that have gotten the job done. And I think he'll be the same way. Now, how about this here? Scott Cochran he's building the ultimate Bama staff. Jay Coker and I, elephant in the room, were talking about this the other day. Like, we may just have to go to Livingston and just put everybody on our podcast, because it is a crew now of Alabama guys. And so Scott Cochran, he added Blake Sims a couple of days ago. How about Damien Square is going to join the staff along with Bo Scarbrough? I mean, like, now you got the whole gang there, right? Love it, though. I love what he's doing. I think that it's, he wants to bring that Alabama culture to his coaching staff. You're talking about giving these guys an opportunity. Hey, I think he should put Shank on his staff, our friend from down here in South Alabama. I want him on our staff. I love the guy. As they build this coaching staff, it's going to be interesting to see how this team does. No one is pulling for West Alabama and Scott Cochran more than me, and I think it's really cool. But you look at that coaching staff, and it's like, get your autograph book. There's a lot of champions that are going to be there. Bo Scarbrough, the best high school player I ever broadcasted a game for, calling play-by-play when he was at Northridge, and he was a sophomore, and he by far was the best player on the field. And then obviously he had a great career at Alabama. So pretty cool as we watch that and kind of see how all of that is going to turn out for some of our, some of the guys that we love, man. And I think that's, to me, the best part about doing all of this stuff is when you get the opportunity to see these guys come into their own, where they come into their own, and they have great careers. And this is for Scott Cochran here, giving opportunities to players. And I think that's cool too. Well, they leave us and they go to the NFL. And we don't follow them like we do when they're at Alabama. We pull for them, though. Deshaun Hand, free agent, signed with the LA Chargers on Thursday. So glad to see that the former 4th-round pick and national champion is going to play after being with the Detroit Lions, now playing for the Chargers. And then I'll tell you what, how many times do you see a guy that is playing for another team have the owner of his prior team say, hey, man, we love this guy? And I've heard about Ryan Kelly so much from Jay Coker. He was his center at Alabama. Coker, I mean, he almost blushes when he's talking about him. And he must be an incredible guy, because Colts owner Jim Irsay talked about Ryan Kelly, who signed with the Vikings. So the Vikings lose one Bama guy. It was the Lions, same division though. And he said, it's been an honor to watch Ryan respect the horseshoe. He said that on social media, and he will forever be part of the Colts family. Ryan is the only center in our franchise. He's the only center our franchise has ever selected in the first round of the NFL draft, and he developed into an all-pro and a Pro Bowl player over 9 seasons. And he went on to talk about him, but that's so cool, because when you talk about when you talk about him, and obviously when you start to hear Jake Coker talk about him, he sounds like an awesome guy, and one of the reasons that Alabama won that 2015 championship. All right, Cleveland Browns released Delvin Tomlinson, and then he signed right away with the Arizona Cardinals, getting a big payday, $29 million, 16 of that guaranteed. So go eat there, big fella. And congratulations to all those guys. The other thing is, where's Mac Jones going, right? He's a free agent. He was with the Jaguars. They got Trevor Lawrence, obviously. So where's he going to end up? We'll find out. I think that Jones he reached an agreement with the 49ers. So Mac Jones is going to the 49ers. Remember, they almost drafted him, and instead they took Brock Purdy. So, now he's back to where we thought he was going to be in the first place. So have fun out in San Francisco, and good luck to you. And then the final thing is that Bama basketball is in action tonight. And you guys, when I don't talk basketball, you guys get mad at me. And when I do talk basketball, you don't watch. But I'm telling you right now that I am super stoked about this Bama basketball team. Absolutely stoked. I cannot wait to see Bama in the postseason. They better not go 2 and done, because I'm going out to Vegas to watch those guys. Not this weekend, but next weekend. I can't wait. Nate Oats is saying, hey, we're in this SEC tournament to try to win it. Bama's going to have to play, in one of the toughest tournaments that's out there. And I can't wait to see what everything looks like when it's all said and done. But, the idea that Bama basketball is, and Nate Oats told everybody to their face, hey, we've won more championships than anybody else in this since I've been coaching there. I love that. LeBaron Philon, it was something that I'll tell you what, we've seen this guy come together, and Oates kind of talking about him and how he's gotten better on defense. I think him having Grant Nelson playing defense, having Mark Sears locked in, this is the time that these guys have played for all year. They didn't care about the SEC championship. They honestly, I don't even know how much they care about this SEC thing. They want to win the Natty, and they want to win that tournament. They want to get back to the Final Four, but now is the time to get revved up and do your thing. So all of that coming up tonight in Nashville. And if you guys are in Nashville, make sure you say hi to my man LT and the rest of the crew at the next round. Got their shirt on today. Those guys are out there as well, and we're proud to be partners with them at Cover Crimson. All right, a couple of other orders of business. You guys need to start thinking about this right now, because I am not going to keep this offer up forever. But I got it for you right now, and I've been telling you, if you're an Eagles fan, if you're a fan of Jalen Hurts, if you're a fan of Devontae Smith, I've told you once, I've told you twice, take advantage of this. 25% off, promo code Bama Tailgate, newlifeart.com. When you put it at the beginning, how'd I hear about it? Bama Tailgate. At the end, Bama Tailgate, you'll get 25% off. Heisman Heights, that's Devontae Smith, high pointing that ball, winning the Heisman Trophy outright as a wide receiver. Or Jalen Hurts, taking it in to beat the Georgia Bulldogs, filling in for Tua and leading Alabama to another one of those SEC titles. Both of those right now, there for you, 25% off when you use our promo code. Now, finally, and I say last, but I don't mean least at all. We're going to be at Pearl River Resort Sunday for the bracket announcement. Bo Bounds from ESPN Radio in Madison, Alabama, and me. And then the Catfish. He'll be on as well. And we're going to break down the bracket live. So you guys make sure that you mark that. Come hang out. If you're in the area, hey, we'd love to have you. Silver Star and Golden Moon Casino, an hour and a half from Tuscaloosa, 2 hours and change from Birmingham and surrounding points. But we're going to be there, and we're going to have a great time. You can get the bracket, walk over, throw your cash down for Bama to win it all, whatever it is. We got 20 TVs, anything going on, we'll have that on there as well. Or wait and go next weekend. And then you can bet on the games as they're going on. It's Vegas. It's wide open. I'm going to tell you guys like this, man. Don't go and put your mortgage on it. But if you got, pizza money, throw it down, have a good time. It's like any other entertainment venue. You got to be responsible. And I think you guys know what I'm talking about. But Dancing Rabbit Golf Course, the Augusta, you can play. Love it out there. The Azaleas, the Oaks, 2 amazing golf courses. You got Philip M. Steakhouse. I'm sure we're going to be sliding in there on Sunday night at some point to eat and conversate. Love that place. Have a great time at Pearl River Resort. But we're going to be there, so make plans to hang out with us 5 o'clock on Sunday right here on the channel. And we'll talk to you guys soon, man. We're going to keep on rolling, and I want you guys to keep on. And you don't even know this. I'm going to tell anybody that stuck around. Finally getting the yard fixed. And they tripped the internet cord. So we're on Wi-Fi right now, very low Wi-Fi, but I came correct for you guys because I knew you wanted to watch the show. And maybe one day we'll make it big, but you know that when we were just this little show that we do right here on YouTube every day, you guys are the reason that, hey, I love doing it. Thank you so much. Comments, you get, throw these up here, giving these away. You gotta comment, you gotta like, and you gotta be a subscriber. Share with your friends. That even helps you more. But we'll be giving out another one of these packages tomorrow. How about that? We'll do it tomorrow. Friday, baby. All right. Thank you, guys. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a Friday comment. Could be any day of the week. I'm just going to find my favorite comment, whether you're with me or against me, as long as you say Roll Tide.
To Pearl River Resort.